She doesn't want your money, she doesn't want your looks, she wants something way more rare. If you've ever felt like you're doing everything right but still being overlooked, this video is for you. Forget the pickup lines, forget the performance. What truly attracts a woman isn't about what you say, wear, or buy. It's about who you are when no one's watching. Today, we're diving into the Stoic secrets that make a man magnetic without trying. If you're ready to stop chasing and start becoming the kind of man women chase, stay with me. This might just change the way you show up forever. Part 1. Attraction isn't about winning, it's about self-control. Imagine walking into a packed room. There's noise, laughter, clinking glasses, and everywhere you look, men are trying. Trying to be heard, trying to impress, trying to be liked. One's showing off his latest business deal. Another's flashing a luxury watch or dropping the name of some exotic vacation. Another is locked in eye contact with every woman he sees, eyes filled with that desperate hunger to be noticed, to be chosen. And then, there's a man in the corner who's not playing that game. He's not performing, he's not desperate for attention, he's just still. His posture is relaxed but upright. His eyes are calm, not searching. He's not talking loudly or filling every silence. He's fully present but not trying to prove a thing. And guess who she notices? Not the loudest, not the richest, not the funniest. She notices him. Why? Because while the other men are trying to impress the room, he's already mastered the one thing they haven't, himself. That's what true attraction is about. It's not about having something or being someone. It's about needing nothing, needing no validation, no applause, no approval. Because when a man no longer needs anything from the outside to feel complete on the inside, that's when he becomes magnetic. Stoicism teaches us, you don't chase, you attract by becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to chase. You can fake charm, you can fake wealth, but you can't fake inner peace. And in a world where everyone's trying to be noticed, the man who doesn't need to be seen becomes unforgettable. So don't play the game of performance. Play the deeper game, the one inside yourself. Control your breath, control your reactions, control your energy. Be the calm eye in the storm, and you won't need to chase anyone. They'll come to you. Part 2. Stoicism, the secret weapon of a strong man. Stoicism teaches a timeless truth. Happiness doesn't come from controlling others, it comes from mastering yourself. Now pause for a second and really think. How many times have you double-texted her when she didn't reply fast enough? How often have you overanalyzed a short message? Or felt jealousy creep in just because she liked some guy's photo? All of that, it's not love. It's not passion. It's a lack of self-control. That anxious urge to react, to fix, to seek validation. Those are signs you've handed your power away. Not to her, but to your own emotions. A Stoic man doesn't play that game. He knows one simple truth. You can't control her emotions, her choices, or her attention. But you can control one thing, and it's the most powerful thing of all, your response. He doesn't panic when things get quiet. He doesn't beg when she pulls away. He doesn't spiral when uncertainty enters the room. Because he knows that his strength isn't found in her approval, it's found in his stillness. In a world that's constantly pulling you to react, to worry, to overthink, being calm is a form of rebellion. And women notice that. Not because you're aloof, but because your energy says, I don't need to control this situation to stay centered. That's rare. That's powerful. And that's what makes her curious. What makes her lean in. You want to be attractive? Don't chase her. Don't fix her. Don't try to predict her every move. Instead, master your own mind. Because the man who can stay grounded when everything else is spinning, that's the man who owns the room, even if he never says a word. Part 3. Words are easy, presence is power. Let's get one thing straight. You can read all the pickup lines, watch hours of dating advice, learn how to say just the right thing at just the right time. But if your energy is off, if your presence screams insecurity, she'll feel it instantly. Because words might go through her ears. But presence, that hits her gut. Here's what most men don't understand. Women aren't attracted to what you say. They're drawn to what you embody. You say you're confident? Cool. But are your shoulders slouched when you say it? You say you're grounded? Great. But do your eyes dart around the room when she talks? A Stoic man doesn't just talk strength, he radiates it. His presence walks in before he does. He moves slower, breathes deeper, speaks less but with more weight. He listens more than he talks, and when he speaks, he chooses clarity over cleverness. And guess what? That makes her feel something 99% of men don't. Safe. Not safe like a doormat, but safe like a harbor. A place where she doesn't have to perform, guess, or play games. Because when your emotions are in check, hers can breathe. When you stop performing, she starts feeling. There's no need to be the funniest guy in the room. No need to show off your success. That stuff might spark attention, but it doesn't earn trust. So what does? Stillness, intentionality, self-command. And that kind of energy doesn't need to prove anything. It simply is, and that's why it pulls her in. In a world full of noise, your silence will echo the loudest. In a sea of performers, your authenticity will shine. So forget the gimmicks. Forget the charm school tactics. Become the man who doesn't just say he's confident, be the one who is. She'll know the difference. Everyone will. Part 4. Control your body, control the room. You want to know the fastest way a woman senses weakness? It's not your words. It's not even your emotions. It's your body. Before you say a single thing, your posture, your eyes, your presence, they're already screaming a message. The question is, what are they saying about you? Most guys walk into a room like they're apologizing for existing. Head down, shoulders caved, movements rushed. They think if they move fast, talk fast, or smile too much, they'll seem likable. But here's the truth. Speed is insecurity in disguise. Stoicism teaches us to slow down, to be deliberate, to carry ourselves like men who belong because we do. Start with your posture. Stand tall, not stiff, relaxed but rooted, like a tree that's been through storms but still stands. Plant your feet shoulder-width apart. Let your chest open naturally. Breathe from your diaphragm, not your throat. Now, eye contact. This is where boys get nervous and men hold ground. Don't stare like a creep, but don't glance away like a child either. Hold her gaze for a few seconds, then release, like a rhythm, not a contest. The message you're sending? I see you, but I don't need you to see me. And that's where everything shifts. Because here's what most men miss. Women aren't just watching how you treat them. They're watching how you carry yourself when you don't think anyone's looking. Do you move with purpose? Do you walk into a room like you belong there or like you're hoping someone gives you permission to stay? Because a man who controls his body commands respect without demanding it. It's not about puffing your chest or flexing your arms. It's about your energy, your presence, your pace. And when you learn to slow down, to breathe, to move with intention, the world notices. She notices. You become a man who doesn't just show up. You become the man who sets the tone without making a sound. Part 5. Stop reacting, start responding like a Stoic. Here's the part no one talks about. Attraction isn't built during the good moments. It's built during the uncomfortable ones. When things go sideways, when she tests your mood, when plans fall apart. That's when she finds out who you really are. Most men fail here. Why? Because they react. They get defensive when a date goes awkward. They panic when a girl pulls away. They blow up over small things that don't matter in the long run. That's not strength, that's emotional slavery. A Stoic man, he doesn't react. He responds. He understands a core truth of Stoicism. We don't control events, we only control our response. So when the date isn't perfect, he stays calm. When the food is late, the waiter forgets something, or she seems distant, he doesn't try to fix the moment. He just is. Grounded, centered, easy. And guess what? That energy is contagious. She starts to relax, not because you forced it, but because you led with stability. You became the anchor in the chaos. Or let's say she starts pulling away. She takes longer to reply. She seems distracted. Most guys go into crisis mode. Did I do something wrong? Should I call her again? Maybe I need to win her back. But a Stoic man knows the only thing worse than losing her is losing yourself trying to keep her. So he gives space, not to manipulate her, but to protect his peace. That space says everything. I want you, but I don't need you to feel whole. And that, ironically, is when she starts to feel your value. Not because you begged, but because you didn't break. In a world full of men who crumble when tested, you become rare. Not reactive, not desperate. Just solid, still, secure. And in the long run, that's the kind of energy that doesn't just attract a woman, it earns her respect. And that is far more valuable. Part 6. Become the man you would respect. Let's strip it all down. Forget the dating advice. Forget the tech strategies, the confidence hacks, the how to get her back videos. Ask yourself this instead. Would I respect the man I'm becoming? That's the question Stoicism forces us to face. Not, how do I win her? But, am I showing up in a way that commands my own respect? Because the goal isn't to impress her. The goal is to impress yourself. Be honest, how many times have you abandoned your values just to please someone? How often have you pretended to be okay with things you weren't, just to keep the peace? How many moments have you stayed silent, swallowed your truth, or acted like someone else just to be liked? That's not love. That's self-betrayal. A Stoic man knows. You cannot attract someone truly aligned with you if you're not being you. Not the filtered, agreeable, polished version. The real you. With values, boundaries, standards. And yes, that version might not be for everyone. Some women will walk away. Let them. Because when you shrink who you are to keep someone, you'll always feel small even when you're with them. Instead, expand. Not in arrogance, but in truth. Build a life that excites you. Practice discipline that sharpens you. Speak with honesty even when your voice shakes. Say no to what drains you. Say yes to what fuels you. The right woman doesn't want a man who bends to please her. She wants a man who knows himself so clearly that she can trust him. Because if you're not true to yourself, how can she ever feel safe being real with you? So stop chasing connection through performance. Start building it through integrity. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent with your values, with your energy, with the man you say you are. Because the moment you stop seeking her approval and start honoring your own, you won't need to find love. Love will find you. When you master yourself, you master your life. Women aren't the goal. They're the natural result of becoming the kind of man you deeply respect. So stop chasing, start building. Become the man you'd admire. The kind of man who walks with purpose, speaks with clarity, and lives with integrity. Because when you do, love won't be something you search for. It will find you. If this message hit home, drop a comment below and let me know what you're working on right now. And if you're ready to keep growing, like, subscribe, and join the journey. We're just getting started.